Hello everyone, welcome to Rubber Industry Leadership. This is a new program by TechnoBiz. Basically, the objective of this program is the dialogue with the rubber industry leaders, focusing on their management style, their challenges, the growth they made in their company. We can call it a mini MBA crash course. Again, mini MBA is a crash course for 1 hour and a half hour long. So this is the objective of this rubber industry leadership program. And it's a dialogue, it's more of a conversational, learn about them, their leadership style, their management style, what kind of problems they experienced over the years running their businesses, how do they keep this sustained. So it's about focusing on the management and challenges and the leadership. So this is all about this program on the rubber industry leadership. In this program, the first leader that we invited is Mr. Kamlesh Jain. He is a managing director of the Holdwell Components based in India. Holdwell Components is basically a single stop solution for the elastomeric requirements. He has huge experience in running his business, so we are going to have a dialogue with Mr. Kamlesh Jain. That is our guest today. Mr. Kamlesh Jain is our guest today. I want to say sincere thanks to our our member groups. As you know, most of you know about our activities. One is a Facebook group, Rubber Technologies Global Network. We have close to 4,400 members from 15 plus countries. We also recently started the Rubber Network WhatsApp group. Also, we have close to 1,300 or something number around that. Okay, so this helped us to promote this event well and reach out to the large number of people. Okay. And before we start, as you know, I want to give you a quick, intro to the TechnoBiz. I think some of you know, have seen this video a number of times if you join our programs on regular basis. But I shorten it as single 1 minute video. So if you want to know more about it, there is a handout. Okay, you can download it. TechnoBiz Rubber. You can the same thing. It is available in a PDF file. Okay, let me start the video. Okay, that's about the TechnoBiz video. And I do request all the members who participate in this program, you may wanted to join this WhatsApp group. So please take it a half minute to show you the screen. Okay, so you can scan this QR code. You can join this Rubber Network. Why I'm asking to join this WhatsApp group? This is completely administrator controlled. You don't receive any information other than rubber industry activities or industry developments, jobs information. You receive job information, you receive events information, or you receive the industry developments. You will not receive any forwarded videos or messages or hi, hello, happy birthday, or those things are not included in this WhatsApp group. It's a purely admin control. Okay, whatever the message is posted, it's posted by me, and if it is relevant to the rubber industry, I will share it to you. Okay, so you can use this WhatsApp group, to get updated. So there are already close to 1,000 members there, already 1,000+ members. Okay, so we will be, who are here already, and the number is keep on increasing. So please, okay, I'm hoping that you already scanned it. Okay, let me show you before we get to invite Mr. Kamlesh Jain. I would like to introduce about his company briefly, but we will learn about his company more by talking to him. But let me show you his video first. The Holdwell components. What kind of profile they have, what kind of products they produce. Okay, please stand by. Okay, that's about the Holdwell components and what they're doing. So now we learn more about it and the journey on the Mr. Kamlesh Jain's his leadership. Okay, let's welcome hero of the hour, Mr. Kamlesh Jain, the managing director of the Holdwell components. Mr. Kamlesh ji, please come forward. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Peram, giving me this opportunity to express myself and share my experience with my fellow people. Thank you, everyone, for joining this program.
Okay, so we get started. First of all, I make it easy. We are kind of talking together. Okay, keep it simple for everyone. Okay, to touch various issues related to the industry, your business, your vision, your management style. So I try to dwell some of your insights, through this program, which will be useful for particularly young professionals, who are entering into the rubber industry or currently in the rubber industry. And I want to say sincere thanks to you first for accepting my invitation, because it's our first of its activity of mine and leadership for the rubber industry. I'd like to first hit one point. What is the leadership means to you?
Leadership basically means that you sail through time taking people together, business together, with a common goal. So the person who is leading the business, he needs to understand that he has got huge responsibility where he has to take the business with him, carry forward sustainable way. And there are so many angles to it, which we can discuss as we proceed ahead. We require to have a vision. To be a leader, you require to have a vision, and then you have to have a mission, and you must have a clear-cut roadmap. How are you going to take this forward? So that's the job of the leader.
Super. Okay, we will take more ideas from you as we discussing various issues. First of all, get into a little bit of background on you. How did you get into the rubber industry? Where it started your journey?
We actually started with railway component industry, and there is one component as rubber pad which is required for cushioning of rail line. Earlier, if you remember, when we used to go in the trains, there used to be a lot of sounds.
Yeah.
So for sound attenuation, these pads were introduced, and then electricity came in, so circuited track was required, so insulation was required. So rubber pad was introduced, and it was required in huge quantities. So we entered into the rubber field with this rail pad only. There were various kinds of designs in this for various applications. That is how we were introduced in this product. This was one of the most critical product for railways, and the railway had their own governing body which used to approve, and quality inspection was done by that. That is how we entered into this space. Then after doing business for some time, the inspection and the process were highly risky because the volumes were high and the consistency level, as people in the rubber industry knows, when you go for high volume production, to get 100% okay is very difficult. So we came through that formative years, we came through those kinds of difficulty. So once they take a panel action, then you have to suspend your work for some time. And keeping such a big, huge workforce and not utilizing them or leaving them was never a good idea. So we thought we must have a plan B product. So then we started working on this product, which is rubber sealing ring. We came out with that and we took up the development. Now we are among one of the leaders in the rubber sealing ring. And gradually we understood that we need to have more products in the line to work consistently. And I learned this, that rubber touches everybody's life right from the time you get up until you sleep. If you talk about sleeping, you sleep on a mattress, rubber is involved. When you get up, you have the brush where rubber is involved. So if people go through this vividly, they will see rubber is touching everybody's life. And we are trying to learn more and more every day how rubber is touching our life and how it is going to touch our life.
And this been how many years you're running this business?
This is about 2 decades. Almost 20 years we have been working on this.
And you're also in the machinery aspects also, right? In the past, you also worked in the machinery.
Yeah, I was there. Our group, we are a 4th generation joint family business people. And one of my uncle, he's in Bangalore. So they have a machinery division out there, which I was heading for 5 years. So I got to learn about various kinds of machinery and engineering aspect. I'm basically a non-engineer, but my craving to learn taught me so many things: design, development, process application, mechanical, electrical, electronics, pneumatics, hydraulics. So that gave me a lot of insight, and that is really helping me in my business.
And you, along with the machinery, elastomer, what else business you are involved? Is family, your family, or other than,
My
yeah,
family
do you have
is
it?
into engineering, project and construction. They
Mhm.
take up turnkey projects by railways, by PWD, by highways. We have around 24 verticals.
Mhm.
I have 5 brothers. Each one is looking after 4 or 5 verticals. We support each other. We don't interfere in each other's working. That's
That's
the
very
best
good.
part in it. And
Yes.
I believe that at times we discuss with each other that what are the new challenges coming up and how it has to be taken up. And we have my uncle is the chairman, so his voice is the final voice. He's a man with deep experience, 76 years of age. He's a financial wizard, so we take his guidance wherever we get stuck up.
So it's probably that's when you have a gatherings, family gatherings, and you used to like a big mela there, is it?
Yeah, yeah,
All the
absolutely. It's
yeah.
a meal, absolutely, absolutely. Today also, see, a lot of people must be remembering their family time when big families were there.
Yeah,
But we are fortunate, and God is merciful enough that we still have that feel with us, and we are enjoying that time.
super, super. And you are responsible for the elastomer business.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
am responsible for the elastomer business. There's a small story on this also.
Okay.
We have designed the business in such a way that we get space, individuals get space. Elastomer, I found it as a very exciting material because it requires huge in-depth knowledge and lot of development is taking place. Our core business earlier was steel, so it is quite different from that. And I just wanted to be a very good learner and try out new things. Fortunately, God has put me into a group where I'm enjoying this business and every day learning so many new things in that.
So it's a in this line of business, elastomer, as you said, it's all every day is a learning for you. If you look at the achievements, progress you made over the years, what are some milestones for you for the company? What kind of that you can highlight for major milestones for the
I have always been customer centric. I find customer is the God. I believe in that. And because of that, we have been working very vividly and minutely towards our goal. And I would say that whatever business, whether it is a pad business or whether it is the ceiling ring business, our milestone is we have got around 9 approvals, 9 countries approval. We have got the best of the clients. We are their top suppliers. So we are partners to them. And I believe this is in a very short span. In last 1 decade, we have achieved this kind of leadership situation. And I always say that we should have best services with best prices at best times. So I could percolate this doctrine with my team also, who are carrying forward this uh, policy.
and the but every business have ups and downs. Of course, even you lay the platform for running smoothly with all the ideology ideals. You have ever experienced that? Yeah, man, it's tough to manage. Or you have any low points that you learned hard lessons for you? In this
Yeah,
running the
yeah,
rubber
absolutely.
business. Yeah.
I believe forecasting plays a huge role in this. See how I see the world, that the macro level policy globally is being there, the trend is there. Then you have a country level policy where the government is driving the policy. You can understand the trend. then the market and business trends are there, then sector trend is there. You must know all these things at the macro level, how things are moving, and you should have that eye to see that how these things are going to affect you. I'm just sharing an example that this pandemic was there. During the pandemic, most of the people business suffered, different types of business, but we were fortunate enough that we had good orders, and we ensured that our team works day and night to ensure that we fulfill the requirement of the railway and our rubber sealing clients where potable drinking water is required. So there we took extra care, we provided extra facility to our team, their family members, to ensure that the value chain does not break. So you are going to get challenges. Then we are going to now enter into a phase where business will be at its low. So you must know that you should to generate options at the right time. Plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. And what are the areas through which you can insulate your business? I fully agree with you that there will be times when your business will be at peak and there will be business at lows. So you need to put some reserve for your low times, and you need to keep working and innovating and looking for new diversified areas so that you can remain in business, because people who are associated with you, you cannot leave them in lurch, because the families are dependent on you.
But when you mentioned about the COVID, we're still in the COVID times. I don't think people say post-COVID. There is no post-COVID yet for me, as it's still in the COVID times. And a lot of people have the fear, coming to workplace, and because we don't see where is this virus coming from. So how do you make your staff to understand you? Okay, you also give them the support. Okay, how did you manage those last 2 years time? It's still continuing, I guess. So
see, we did our own research, and we have a friend of mine is a homeopathy doctor. Probably he experimented on your homeopathy medicines on COVID patients, which was doing fantastic, and there were no post-COVID effects on them. So we provided those medicines free of cost to the entire organization. So there were two types of medicine. One was just to see if the COVID affects them, they can handle themselves well, and one was after they get COVID and post-COVID, that works well with them. So I think it has done very well with them. Today also, we are trying to see whoever we come to know in the organization or known people, we take support from them. And the entire organization and the family of the organization knows the management is beside them in case of any emergency. We take talent and resource as the most important asset of the company.
And the talent, you talk about the talent, retaining them is always a challenge in the rubber industry. I tell you, I received almost 5 or 6 messages to my Facebook or my WhatsApp. Okay, Peram, I'm looking for a change in a job, and things like that. Quite a number. Okay, every day new at least 5. I tell them, if you're enjoying the life there, stay there. That's the best place. Not jumping from one. How do you manage retain? I think the rubber industry is all about right people, in the place. Okay, so when it comes to the management of the talent in your company, how you've been managing it?
See, my take on the talent on the rubber industry is that on the ground level, you require a dedicated team which does not keep switching over. You do not require much educated team out there. A BSc or a BTech is fine, but at the senior level where knowledge percolation is required, you require to have a very nice team. Those people very matured in this line at that level, they try to be associated with you. If you give them the due respect to them, due space to them, you be aware of what is their requirement, I think so, then the talent does not go anywhere. It is about managing and your relationship with the people. It is not just hiring and firing. It is your relationship, individual relationship with them. I can boost that. The people in my organization, nobody can take them from me, because we have relationship beyond what we are just having a business relationship, or I would say as a team relationship. I am more involved even with their families also. I know what's happening there. So they give me the same respect, and it is a mutual respect, I would say.
So you run not only as a, it's a big family of company staff and their families, part of their group. That's nice.
Absolutely.
That's, I think,
absolutely. And I'm here because of them only. The credit goes to my team only.
Right. You have any, I think that you have incentive packages, how are your incentive packages in your organizations usually? Of course,
Sir,
at the end of the day, pay scale is one important thing also, because everybody needs right pay. And how do you, how can I
this
say?
is a very interesting part, Mr. Peram, you have touched. This is something very, very innovative way we use it.
Okay.
We have not structured incentive. We have kept it open-ended, because see, you have times when there are ups and there are lows. So when there are ups, we ensure they are paid handsomely, irrespective of their salary. When there are times when it is low, then we have to explain them that we have to contain with whatever we have. There was a time one of my unit, Royal Fasteners Any Private Limited, it is located in Guwahati. It was really difficult to keep people out there. So I came out with I call one gentleman from Gurgaon, he joined me. So I came out with a scheme, annual retention bonus. After 12 months, you will get 2 lakh of rupees, but you have to be with me for 12 months. So we have to come out with innovative ideas, how to keep these people with you. Because rubber industry, I know one thing, if the talent is with you, then only you can make money. Otherwise, you cannot make money.
Sure.
They have to be the part of your integral industry.
That's nice. So what on your plate, future plans for elastomer business?
I have a lot of things in my mind. Right now, whatever it comes to my mind is we are into inorganic way of expanding our businesses. One of the fields, upcoming field, is a medical field coming up. We are exploring possibility of entering this area. One of the field is food area, where we are thinking of. And when we talk about future rubber business, I believe there are a lot of futuristic rubber material which are coming up. Like foam is one of the material which is very exciting, light in weight, but excellent in property. So we are all in the learning space right now. Silicon is a material which is a futuristic material. It's replacing so many areas where extreme temperatures are there. Then we have performance material, specific performance material are there. Then we have material where it has got ease of processing. Like you must be hearing about TPE.
Yep.
TPE, we can do injection molding in the conventional injection molding machine. So people really need to understand that the flexibility area is increasing like anything. You need to have the right people to explain you how can you leverage from your existing facility. And in coming time, with industry 4 coming in, I believe the new equipments you need to bring in has to be industry 4 compliant if you want to run in medium term and long term. The old school of thought will not keep you alive in the competition. This is my strong take.
Yeah, I do agree that the TPE, TPVs will take a lot of piece of the traditional practices of rubber, the TPBs also, so many applications are coming. Silicon rubber, I think the expansion is huge now, silicon rubber as well. I think you did a good program with AIRA as the Eastern Region Chairman. Fantastic webinars, which I really enjoyed. One on silicon rubber. Other one, what you did is on the power plant applications, the rubber applications in the power plant. Both are, it's a very informative. I made lots of notes. It looks like you are actively involved, not only supporting your business, but you're also looking at helping the, your colleagues in industry, fellow entrepreneurs, fellow industrialists in the rubber industry. So what is your input? What else you are doing for the industry development? I think you are more focused on the Eastern region now. I'm sure, but you also not only Eastern region, but as India and plus. What kind of activities you're doing? I've seen personally. So
as a Eastern Region Chairman and an active member of All India Rubber Association, I feel that there are a lot of fallacies in the mind of people that rubber industry is dying down. I believe they need to renovate their thinking in this aspect. My role is to create more and more awareness, make people involved. They should not take backseat and sit. We are the people, we are the change agents. We need to give our time and resource to see that we create an environment where we can do businesses. Nobody from outside is going to come and help us. I believe government is doing its best right now. The ease of doing business and the kind of facility they are giving, those facilities needs to be from the drawing board, from the design board. We need to understand how it can be brought to the reality. They are trying to bring in all the facility. Right now, I have never seen such kind of situation where government people, I am getting mails day in and day out. Please come, please do this. We are giving this, we are giving that. So this kind of policy by the government is most favorable and people can take good advantage. My request to each and everyone is please be part of this development. There is a huge scope. The futuristic materials are unlimited. Every day some is coming. If you get in touch with the academia like IIT, Calcutta University and all the other universities, you will come to know what fantastic work they are doing, what innovative material they are doing. We have been hearing, but now it is on the practical front, it is coming. We as the industry need to partner with them to take advantage of them.
I think a lot of people have concerns is because of electric vehicles development. There are a lot of parts makers are worrying what is going to be in the future. I think your webinars, I look at what else can be done. No need to fix on one material like power plant applications or silicone applications, or the IIT Kharagpur recently did a lot of smart materials, self-healing adhesives, a lot of things developing. I think, and Dr. Sanwar yesterday was mentioning about at IIT Kharagpur there is some kind of testing facility they're developing. Is it right for the
Right.
industry to take advantage of it?
Yeah.
So
The government has allocated around 45 crore rupees to develop
Sati
an
centers.
advanced facility for testing of various kinds of polymer application testing.
And you're talking about IIT Kharagpur because you're locally that closely reachable, that place.
Yeah.
Are you doing any research collaborative work with any of the members or your company itself?
I'm
IIT
not
Kharagpur,
doing right now. I'm in the process of talking to them. The key professors are there. We are talking to them. Even the talent also we are trying to take through them. We have Irma out here. Dr. Devdipta Basu is there. Dr. Rajkumar is there. So I have tied up with them on the cluster of toy making. So I am their industrial partner over here, just to see that the small units can come up with that. So this is one of the areas where I'm working with them. There is a unit, this gentleman, again, I'll share you with my way of working. The units, because of age and the younger generation who wants to work only on computers and don't want to take over the father's black carbon burden and wants to close that down. I'm just trying to help these people that, okay, that business has been developed. We will readily support you. You give us your material, we will market for you, or we will get involved in some way to see that this business does not die down. There is one gentleman, he is making tires and he's making rice polisher accessories. So he was very adamant at the age of 72 that he wants to continue with his business, and his children's not agreeing to him that we have enough money, we are doing this, why are you involved in this? So I had a talk with him, I had an old relationship with him. So I asked him, what is your succession plan? Do you have a son to take this forward? Do you have a team member to take this forward? If you don't have, think about it. Because after 1 or 2 years, this is going to die down. So he asked me, what can we do? So I told him there is only two possibilities. One is I can buy your business. The other is I can try to run that business and we try to make a sustainable model in which your dreams can also come through and we have somebody who can take this forward. So this is the inorganic way of looking at it. Calcutta and West Bengal has got a lot of small industries which require a different kind of support. People are having limitation on the mindset also and resource also. But if the trust element is there, probably they can come out of the problem. The problem is not that big.
So how about you? What is your succession plan?
Nice
I think
question.
you're not that old, okay, but I'm just, if you are getting old, if you're reaching 70 something, what would be your plan? How do you, I think you need to groom your team or family member. Is it something on the line?
I believe it's a very, very valid question. And this I started thinking when I was 50 only. I'm blessed with two daughters. And I talked to my daughters whether they have interest of carrying forward my business. So they bluntly refused. They told, if you need help, we are there, but we have got no interest in your business. So then I kept thinking that what needs to be done if the daughters are not taking care of the business, how does this go ahead? So I have my relatives, distant relatives who are done BBA or have done their graduations. They have joined me and I have groomed them as next line to me. There are 4-5 people. Every year I try to nurture 2 or 3 people out of that. As you told, some kind of crash course MBA. So that is a kind of crash course I give them, hands-on experience. And I believe going forward, they will become part of the company, part of the ownership. So that keeps them motivated and that gives them growth. I believe for any individuals who is having limitation and he's thinking that if I have daughters and I don't have a successor, they should be open with the mind. Those people who have contributed to the growth of the industry, they should become part of the industry in future, and it has to be more professionally designed. This is my take on this.
Super, super. That's a good plan, and I wish you the best. Yeah. And you talk about there is park, right? There is a cluster in West Bengal area. There is a polymer park, if I'm not, there is a
Yeah,
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Southern.
So I think Irma also there, is it? Irma
Yeah,
also.
Irma is within that park only.
So what is the status now? How many new investments came in that area? What's like?
I believe it is in the making, probably because of the land glitches and all that got stuck up for some time, but they are steering and trying to make that park active. And I believe that will change the face of the West Bengal rubber and plastic industry. So some key members are trying hard to see that it was over delayed due to reasons beyond control. but I believe it is on the right path. And with IRMA coming over there, I believe things have really changed, that people have started going there and trying to analyze. One tire industry is coming up over there. I came to know very recently that
Mm-hmm.
coming
That's
tire industry coming is good. That gentleman is having a buyer back arrangement with a big tire company. So the
oh,
model is very good.
that's a good sign. That's a very good sign. Yeah.
Yeah.
You in the video you presented about. I mean, what we see in the video is an e-commerce platform. Okay,
Yeah.
what is that's in one of your dream project? Is it right? And
Yeah,
let's talk
absolutely.
more about it. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't know how many people know this or not. 65% of the purchases is by the government. How e-commerce has entered into us and how digital enability has entered into us. One of the examples I'm going to give you is at a later date about TechnoBiz only, because I have seen that involving. But see, nowadays, if you have to give tender, it is online. You have to have a digital signature. All your documents need to be uploaded. And they have a system by which they are scanning it also. Everything is being done online. You have no physical contact with anybody. So way of doing business is changing very fast. So IT is becoming your business enabler. If you look at e-commerce, when I talk e-commerce, e-commerce becomes a part of your IT enabling and the business blend together. So going forward, I realize that we have to be on the global platform if we need to do business. And how do we come to the global platform? So we have put up a team who is trying to understand the opportunities which are going to come up and how are we going to reach to our customer with a deliverable model. So my focus at the first stage is rubber products only, and I would like to include this, and I would like people to get involved in this platform. The idea is to uh, affiliate myself, partner myself with people who have got less knowledge, resource on how to do global business, what are the challenges they are facing. We are trying to create a platform where they can join hands with us and take the leverage out of us. And this is my long dreamt project, and it's on making. Probably very shortly we are going to launch this.
Super. It's an incredible idea and actually a very useful tool for the industry. Not only I think your company, but also you can help the small and medium scale, companies also to explore the global market. So I think that's super. I wish you the best for that project, and I'm hoping that I get involved more and more on that as well in the future once it's on. Yeah, yeah. One of the I think that a lot of nowadays in India, southern region, rubber plantation, it's saturated. Okay, now they're moving eastern region or northeastern region. So what is happening in terms of the rubber production there, natural rubber production, and also other additional point I want to ask is that there is always whenever there is a farmers, there are price. There are always fluctuations. Farmers want a good price, and how do you manage your business of buying the natural rubber or even supporting the local farmers there? What is happening in that part of the world?
See, whenever we talk about rubber prices, I have tried to take insight on this. On one side, there is farmers. So farmers always try to look for better prices because they have their cost and their challenges. And as an industry, we want it for a song because we have competition in the market. Both have got their own sides of the story. How we look at our business when we procure natural rubber is we try to take average pricing. We try to procure it at higher prices also, at medium prices also, lower prices also. And after the entire year, we try to see what is the mean pricing what we have got. This is a trade cycle. Once the rain is there, the prices varies. When the supply is more, the prices goes down. When the supply is less, the prices goes up. When the tire people become aggressive, non-tire people face the music. So it's a part of the industry cycle. I think so people should understand. And since we are a agro based country, we need to understand this fact properly, that there are a lot of ways by which you can control your prices, raw material prices. But we should support farmers, even if I say in my own interest that they should keep low prices, it will not hold good. We have the flexibility by working hard to see how we can work on prices, but they don't have a choice. So a lot of people in between have left farming because it was not effective. Northeast region is the new region coming up, and the government's thrust is huge. See, the ecosystem is perfect in Northeast because they have got land, they have tribal people who are looking for opportunities. The biggest problem in natural rubber, what I understand, is having laborers, cost-effective laborers. Rubber board, Dr. Samar Dandania is, what I have understood, is a selfless man. He's trying his level best to see that what best can be done. I know he has been moving back and forth with the northeastern various chief ministers and who have been pursuing, because that also is a big employment generator.
But
So
the
in
other
coming
new,
time, sorry,
go on, go on. Yeah.
so in coming time, I see there will be a huge change in demographics as far as the productivity of rubber is concerned and rubber processing is concerned in the eastern and northeastern region.
And also, I think the rubber board also gave high yield clones. I think that's the yield is very much high in northeastern region. Yeah. So,
Absolutely. Their research work and the yield kind of yield their clones are giving is absolutely fantastic.
are you personally going to having any rubber plantations?
No, I have no aim of going for rubber plantation as a green project. Maybe as a brown field, I may be able to see some rubber milk.
Okay. I see a lot of good things happening in the policy side also. If you look at developments and in supporting industry, what else policies that you think should be there for the benefit of particularly the manufacturers? Do you have any comments on it? Government policies, central level as well as the state level. Of course, we are a very big country ruled by different state. We have different state, different way of doing things. So, what is your input on it?
See, I'll tell you one thing. Government is ready to take up suggestions and modify policies. Our biggest constraint is providing real-time, realistic data to them. On what basis can they take up decisions on the policy? Today, we do a research on some data which becomes obsolete after 3 months. It's no more valid. So our real time, how quickly we are able to respond them, I see them pursuing day in and day out, that you give us the numbers, you give us the data. By the time we reach them with the data, data is no more valid. So we need to develop a mechanism by which we are able to give them real-time feedback so that the industry can take benefit of it. Second thing, industry is not open on sharing the data. As an industry man, if you come and ask me, maybe I am also not comfortably comfortable in sharing my data. So if that honesty comes and if really people are seeking help, I think so they should come out with their fair numbers and data, and whether it is a state government or it is a central government. Nowadays, everything is driven by policies and the mindset is completely changed. People are talking on deliverables. So everything is measurable. So if we give them wrong input, the output will be wrong. Garbage in, garbage out policy. So we have to
True.
be very clear that we have to provide data real time. That mechanism needs to be set. You can take whatever advantage you want to if it is a rational thing. Even on the export policy, import policy, if you talk about duties and restrictions, policy related, government with open arms is welcoming wherever there is no prejudice. But you need to provide real time fact data to them that okay, this is hurting the industry, or this is the setback industry is facing because of this policy.
And I think as a chairman of the Eastern region for AIR, you have already have a platform of, as a group of, all the rubber industries. I think you were able to contribute also the right input for the industry, the government, what the industry needs, right? Are you actually involved in the sharing your inputs to the government side?
Very frankly speaking, I don't have the real time data. It's a man-mouth job. I'm sorry to say, we have to provide some data on a timeline, but we are trying to put this in place to see that the industry people can understand that what is the value of this input and how they are benefited with.
Let's touch a little bit onto the industry 4.0. I think the COVID, I think a little bit fast track, the automation because of the issues, running the businesses, operating the manufacturing facilities. How much is development or utilizing the industry 4.0 in rubber industry? Or even in case of your own company, are there any changes happening, in the direction?
Yeah, we are looking into it now. I will say it is a chicken and egg situation. At this point of time, when we talk about 4.0, it requires a huge investment, and we don't know where are we going to recover that investment from. But because of my engineering and machinery experience, I know how to cut cost. So one of my engineering team is right now working on with a prototype setup of how can we adopt 4.0 by using these techniques. And if that is successful, probably we'll be able to take advantage of the smart manufacturing. This is one input I would like to share with other people also, that if you have a good engineering team, and when we talk about 4.0, when big industries like tire industries and other areas are there, they are deep pockets, they can handle it. But when we talk about MSME, you have to be a bit intelligent and you need to have a good team so that you can try to do best within the resource that, okay, these are the key areas where I'm not going to negotiate on the quality and the cost front. The other advantage of this is you are saving a lot on the time and the cost, indirect cost, which very few people understand, the economics of this investment. So I think this is a point where people can touch on that what will be the operating cost, down cycle time, how much you are people dependent and people independent. These are the things you will, as you go deeper into the subject, you will know what are the advantages and disadvantages.
Totally correct, what you said. It's really, that's, as you said, big companies have deep pockets, small companies, they have to be intelligent, so as simple as that. I'll be touching a little bit. I want to know, you mentioned about how you take care of your family members, staff members, their family members as a part of the big family. Do you do anything neighborhood, community development? What kind of social activities, outside your borders of your factory? What else is happening? That is very important,
Yeah.
because when your factory, you need to live comfortably with in your neighborhood. Any social development activities that you're doing?
See, I'm basically attached to an organization known as Mahavir Seva Sadan. This organization provides artificial limbs free of cost. They have almost supplied to 2 lakh people. So I am a technical advisor out there, honorary, and Sundays I go there. I have taken a big project over there. I don't know when I'm going to implement that, to provide jobs to the handicaps coming out of them. So this is one of the project I'm working on. And then lot of free advisory services I am doing to MSMEs. People don't understand their business, want to close it, or some kind of problem. So I spend a lot of time helping them out. This is another part of it. And I think so these are the areas where my focuses are.
And how, you spend, I look at you, looks like so busy, man. Morning you get up and by the time you get back, how do you manage the family and the business? How do you manage the time between the family time and the business?
I think let me put it the other way. The family manages me and I manage the business.
Well said.
I believe there is a lot of sacrifice from my better half. I've been traveling at times almost 25 days a month. My daughters, they understand me. They know I am a man full of energy, don't want to sit, try out things day in and day out. So it would not have been possible without their contribution by sacrificing their time. So in my own way, whatever time I'm able to spend with them, or they take from me, let me put it this way. So
Uh,
I balance it. If you have a good family and cooperative family, I believe things work out well. By God's grace, right from our grandparents, my parents, my wife's parents, we are all from a similar kind of family, and we have that value system so that we can understand how things work out. We have at times seen struggling. So from that struggle to this place is a journey which they can correlate. So we have that assumption of sacrificing some point of some time on the business front, family front, I sorry.
well, that's where it is, right? The life is like that's reality.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to touch a little bit on there are a lot of universities, a lot of graduates, engineers. In India, you talk about engineering graduates, even the polymer science. What, as an entrepreneur, as a owner of the business, what do you expect from fresh graduates to, let's say, want to take your company? So what kind of preparation you or skills you anticipate from the young graduates?
See, once you get yourself educated, there is a practical learning curve for every individual. This you don't get in the institute. And the biggest myth they carry with us themselves is that as soon as they come out, they will be in a position where they will be dictating things. It's about so many things to learn: interpersonal relationship, the area where they go to work, they make other people discomfortable, whether they have gone to replace somebody or not. If they are not uh, comfortable, they will not teach the new people. So this entire ecosystem, the New generation needs to understand that they have to go create a space for themselves, try to make gurus who can guide them to teach them something so they become workable and useful. This is one of the biggest challenge what we face. I remember I've been talking to so many people on this front. Earlier the gurus were, they used to use their hand beating, physical beating they used to do, and they used to teach, and that was acceptable. Nowadays that is not possible. But then the student needs to understand that whether from whichever university they have come, they need to take practical knowledge to enter into the industry and create a good space for them. I remember few freshers coming up, hiring them, and they told, I am BSc, I am not supposed to do this. So I took them to Tata and I told all BSc are working on furnace. What do you understand from this? What is your take on this? So this small misperception, probably a successful candidate can become unsuccessful because of this gap of understanding. I believe all professors should explain the student that you have got all the knowledge and process with you. Now, wherever you will go, each industry is different in its own way. So you have to adapt yourself in that environment. You have to create a space for yourself, and that is to you only. Nobody is going to create space for you. I have come in instance where I have recruited a person and he has gone there and he has felt discomfort and he has called me. Sir, he's saying this. I told, the day I will get involved, the rest of the people will make hell of your life. You create a space for yourself. So these are few things that, okay, with best of the education, the more intrapersonal relationship is good. You
Yes.
understand who will teach you better. The guru concept has to be there. The guru chela concept has to be there. Even if he's at equal to you and his experience is more, he's a guru. You won't believe I had 100 gurus in my life. And every day I am looking for a new guru to learn something new. So that kind of orientation needs to be there.
And also the mutual respect among the experience and inexperience, or even supervisors, is all
Absolutely.
required. You
Yep.
don't come, you come with the degrees, don't expect you are a PhD or MTech, but you also have a good communication skills, speaking the same language, okay, in like reaching out in such a way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's required, which sometimes we find it difficult. Some of the technical background participants, graduates, uh, the when they get into work in there, mixing them themselves, interpersonal skills is very much required to grow, to do well for their own work, not only for the company but their own work. Yeah, so if you are, suppose, as you see in Northeastern region, okay, everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. As you know, nobody wants to work for someone. Everybody want to be a boss to themselves. A lot of entrepreneurs coming in different, a lot of startups there. If of course it's happening on the technology side, I'm hoping that also in the rubber side also. If somebody want to enter into the rubber industry as an entrepreneur, okay, what kind of advice you give it to them to stay on? You expect ACPC, we call air conditioned personal computer based. You cannot do that, right? In the rubber industry, all the businesses. But yeah, so what is your advice for the entrepreneurs
It is
here?
a very, very simple recipe. First, you need to dare to dream. You have to be a dreamer that, okay, I can do it. Those who think they can, they can. Believe me, you have to focus on that. Mentorship is required. This is very important aspect of entrepreneurship. Somebody who has got experience in business from various aspects, hand holding is required. If the new budding entrepreneurs, how much ever it is, 1, 10, 100,000, each must have mentors. If you have right mentors with you, you will reach your goal in no time. Shortest possible route you will get. There is a saying, wise man learns from other people's experience, fools learn from their own experience. If you want to experience that, fine, but today's time is less. So I think so hand holding is must. If you can, you have to look for the right guru who guides you. Nothing is impossible. You will definitely achieve where you want to reach. So for the entrepreneurs, I would say that you take up a business idea, learn how to evaluate a business idea, learn what are you capable of, what are your limitations, how you team it up, evaluate that, put it on the paper, put the numbers on the paper, because when you try to evaluate on papers, you are not investing money. You are just trying to look at the numbers and trying to understand. Try to factor plus and minuses in that once if the situation is plus or minus, how do I sail through it? I believe you have the recipe. You have to
Is,
have, sorry, you have to have dreams, and you have to believe in your dreams, and you have to believe in your guru, the right guru.
can Mr. Kamlesh Jain can be guru to young entrepreneurs who looking for a guru? Would you like
I'm
to
always
support them?
available. I'm looking for
Okay,
chiller. I want to see million entrepreneurs coming up. That is one of my dreams.
fantastic, fantastic. We before we wrap it up, just for the sake of the audience, what kind of new materials coming? What are the new applications? I think we touched a little bit on silicon and those aspects of it. Maybe kind of wrap it up in kind of the application, new materials and applications in the rubber industry.
Yeah, I can touch one or two in that. That will give a fair idea. Like I spoke about the foams. So why is foam material getting more and more importance? One is weight reduction. The other is property enhancement. A combination of this for various applications like medical applications. The body needs comfort. When we talk about health, the comfort from various types of contour, you require that. The fire insulation, HVAC, you require non-toxic foam. So here is a blend of foam and silicon foam, which is non-toxic. People don't die out of fire. They die out of toxicity because they inhale that and that suffocates them. So all these combinations of new material which is coming out of various application, like in aeroplanes you need lighter planes, but you need property as good as metal. So you have aluminium foam applied in aeroplane. So there is a huge area of application of foams which is trying to make material lighter and properties as good as the heavier materials which were there and having enhanced properties. So this is one of the areas where I'm seeing a lot of uh, development is happening. One of the views of this development is also that this is a 360-degree material, means you know how to end of life cycle is there. So this is also one of the critical aspect of today's material science, which is being looked after. The other material, I am a lover of silicon, although I have not yet gone into silicon, but I feel it is touching our life day in and day out because of its, I would say, temperature application, low and high, because of its aesthetic value. Mm, I have passion for cooking. So nowadays I'm using bakeware and lot of items made out of silicon, which I'm just thinking one day I'm going to make also. So this is another application. Medical field tubings are there, lot of tubings where silicon is required, silicon coatings are required, and when we talk about EV, so let me tell you, most of the insulation part in EV batteries are silicon. This is an application, means when you say the shock absorber is going to go, so a new material is going to replace at some place or the other. So we need to understand how the substitution is going to take place. There is nothing permanent in this world. Everything is going to change for tomorrow. We need to see our piece of cake, where is it? And how are we going to bite it?
And you need to adapt with times.
Absolutely.
So, okay, thank you very much. I really enjoyed, was this first time I was not sure how I run this whole event, but it looked more than an hour already. Before we close it up totally, I request you to give a final remarks with 5 best practices that you want them to understand in running the business for at least 5. You can have more, you can go for it. 5 best practices in running the business, rubber industry business. Yeah.
See, you must have a vision 3 years, 5 years down the line. We are staying in the VUCA world, where we say volatile, uncertainty, ambiguity, and uncertain. Nothing is firm, everything is uncertain. So in this kind of situation, you have to use your mind. How are you going to put up yourself? I'll give one small example. I have diversified into agriculture. It has got nothing to do with rubber. But then if you see, entering into agriculture created one more thing in my mind. Most of the rice millers now require parts made of rubber, which was never my field. So this is how you keep on thinking and new ideas will come up. Human resource and talent is the only thing which can take you forward. Make them your asset. It is the most important asset of your company. So that has to be there. And I believe you cannot avoid the digital drive. It is your business enabler. I was telling you that I'll share about Peram, about his digital initiative. I have seen him in last 3 months, the way he has come up with his platforms to share the knowledge base and connect to the people. It is phenomenal. I think so people should go to YouTube and try to see one or two of the programs. And I thought, means I was looking for something like that, and I'm so grateful to him that he's creating platform like this, because our rubber industry is knowledge based industry, deep experience based industry, and people require 30 years, 40 years, 50 years experience. And to come and share that thing openly on a public forum or a domain is not an easy work done. I'm really grateful to him, and at least we can get connected to those people and take their valuable experience. And last and not the least, people should know the ecosystem and the value chain. If you can analyze the business ecosystem and the value chains which is coming out, various value chains which is consistent of the ecosystem, I think so you can drive your business, nobody can stop you. These are the 4 points I would try to drive. And one fundamental thing I always believe, we all need blessings of our parents. They are the people who have brought us over here. Without them, nothing can happen. This is my strong belief. So parents, gurus, mentors, their blessings can take you wherever you want to go. Please hand hold of people who can take you to the next level. I'm so grateful to Peram and all of you for your patient listening. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much. Sincere thanks to you, sir. You know, it's a really, yeah, it's a very informative, very useful. I'm sure some of the audience take a lot of takeaways from this, your sharings today. As I mentioned in the beginning, I was unsure how it's going to be, but it's definitely a very useful program for all of us. Thank you very much for sharing your input and also the valuable time today. So today is a Saturday, supposed to be the family time, right? Okay, but well, I hope you enjoy too this one. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll be in touch. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, thoroughly. Thank you.
Audience, thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.